I'm gone.
And this little gem comes straight out of the abyss. Nicked it from a pretty succubus in a demonic house of pleasure. The stone makes its owner a master of seduction and endows him with tremendous physical endurance. It's one of a kind. Oh, hey there, Chief. You're just in time. Just a minute, my valued customers. Yours truly needs to discuss some business here real quick. Don't wander off. Take a closer look at my wares. Everything for sale. Every single item is magical and unique. I watched that man get crushed by his cart. I swear I heard him sigh with relief when that huge thing fell on him. Yes, indeed. Would I lie about a thing like that? You bet. I'm back home and everybody who used to wipe their feet on me is now lining up patiently for me to swindle them. Oh, it's a dream come true. Although, I admit, I never dreamed that half of them would be wearing paper horns to look like me. I guess it's kind of flattering. All kinds of useless trinkets. Junk, essentially. And they're lapping it up. Never better. The customers just keep on coming. The money's pocket change compared to what we get from our missions, but I'm doing it for the love of it. I'm pulling fast ones left, right, and center, and they can't get enough. I can barely keep up spinning new stories about this junk. I don't even need to pick their pockets. They're happy to hand their coin over to me. But there's just one thing, Chief. I haven't seen a single guard approach my stall yet. Oh, and I'm dying to sell them something at triple the going rate. I want them clamoring to part with a couple months' salary for my wares. Give a friend a hand? They made my life hell from the word go. Countless times. Some guards taught me a lesson until my ribs were bruised. And now, not a single one of the cowards has the guts to approach me. I had my share of humiliation, and now it's their turn. They'll come to me and they'll beg me to take every last penny. And by the time they realize they've been had, it'll be too late. Talk them into paying me a visit. You can tell them I've got something special for them. Every guard in this city knows Woljif Jeffdo, but you can start with the two hanging about nearby. They keep eyeballing me. Probably remembering the last time I got away from them, my pockets jingling with somebody else's coin. And if you come across any more, send them my way too. I knew I could count on you, Chief. Point them my way, and I'll take it from there.
Oh, my back. Hail. The guard's looking after the well-being of the townsfolk, but keep your wits about you. Don't trust any of these swindlers.
Ah, my old joints. How can the Canabra's guard help you, citizen?
That little yeah, we know the lad from when he was just a kid. We can spot an impersonator a mile away.
That's right. See that dent in his left horn? That's my work. I clubbed him once. We've known Wolgiff for ages, that's why we watch him closely. So he doesn't do anything stupid or get himself in trouble. The law? What else? We've been trying to catch him stealing from people since he was about yay high. He's a real pro, but my back and joints aren't what they used to be. Haven't been for a while. So the little rascal almost always got away. Well, he's not running now, at least. Oh, my legs.
Last time we met, he slid right between my legs as he fled. My back was killing me for a good month after that. When Wolgiff was a boy, we could catch him sometimes to try and beat some sense into him. Yeah, I mean, talk some sense into him. Anyway, it didn't work. Yeah, lad's no chump. Made something of himself. Got copycats now. Good for him. People think he's a horned hero. Well, that's all well and good. And he might be doing some great things in the World Wound. But we remember him and his antics well. Hard to trust someone like that.
Why does he keep peddling his junk? I'm just waiting for one of his customers to come running up to us in tears, saying they got robbed blind.
Oh, we can get healing at the healers. Anything he's selling's bound to be some worthless trinket. Well, there's plenty of fools ready to empty their wallets here as it is. We're just trying to make sure they still have their wallets at the end of it. What if the lad actually remembers us fondly? I mean, we did give him a whack or two, but that was for his own good.
Oh, fine. Let's go take a look.
Good day. Do I know Wolgiff? Look around. Everyone knows him. Unfortunately. Yes, I know him. We only met once, but that was more than enough for me to remember him forever. Just an ordinary guard. I don't think my name is important. But, since you're asking, it's Isera Voyle, keeping an eye on things. Although, to be honest, I'm expecting trouble. Just force of habit. I don't want anything to happen on my watch. You don't know? I thought everyone in Canabris knew the story of how Isera Voyle was disgraced and demoted because of... Well, let me start at the beginning. For 8 years, I was the warden of the Canabris prison. 2 years ago, Wolgiff was caught stealing, again, and, as required by law, was placed in custody before his trial. We spoke for less than a minute, and even then my intuition was telling me I needed to stay sharp with this tiefling. It's a shame I didn't listen to it. A day later, Wolgiff escaped. We still don't know how he did it. The cell was locked, with no sign of forced entry. It wasn't enough for him just to escape, though. He went and ransacked the warden's office first. My office. Wolgiff slipped out of prison with 2 months' worth of guard salary. They were to be paid the next morning. And despite my impeccable record, I was demoted to patrol duty. Now I guard the streets. And no matter how many ruffians I put away, no matter how many lives I save, I will never get any recognition or gratitude. My career ended that day, and I've never encountered Wolgiff since. Well, sure, there's about 100 Wolgiffs loitering around today. Wait, you're serious? He had the nerve to show up here? You know what? Yes, I will pay him a visit. I want to look him in the eye and see if I can find even a shadow of regret.
A
festival, a fair, and still nothing worth looking at. Huh? What? Is something wrong? Me? I just got a bit distracted. I mean, it's a festival. Merchants from all over Mendev are here, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing interesting at all. I want something, you know, something special. A talisman, like, it's nothing. I've been to all the stalls. There's nothing but junk. I've seen him. Didn't look at his goods, though. Maybe if it wasn't one of them horned louts selling, I'd take a look. Well, because it's not Woljif. Just another copycat. And even then, I don't want to have anything to do with him. We met once before. My first night watch. Saw him at the haberdashery after he'd broken in. Caught him right as he was emptying the till. He dazzled me with his shadow thingy and said he'd curse me. I was scared and confused. And then he slipped away right under my nose. And he cursed me. He did. I haven't caught a single crook since. All of them just run off, like Woljif. What? You? How? I guess I should look at those goods. Whoever is selling them.
The city guard and the soldiers of the Eagle Watch are loitering about aimlessly. I am ashamed to witness such gross incompetence. Yours as a captain, first and foremost.
Again, my lord, the Eagle Watch has prepared carefully for today. If the behavior of my soldiers appears frivolous, I can assure you that it is only a facade. It is our job to keep the people of this city safe, and we take our duty seriously.
Commander, you are just in time.
Commander, Captain Gong Tuk of the Eagle Watch, at your service.
I was informing the captain that he has been negligent in his duties. Based on my observations, the city guard is not adequately prepared for the possibility of an enemy attack, and neither is the Eagle Watch.
That is not true. I can speak only for the Watch, but I assure you, we have taken every precaution to ensure the city's safety.
The city guard and soldiers of the Eagle Watch have been stationed throughout the city at random. The patrols move through the streets with no discernible purpose. The chasm in the square has been hastily cobbled over with planks. The area near the stage is unprotected and vulnerable to attack. I could go on.
I very much would, Commander. Thank you. During the preparations for the festival, it was decided the Eagle Watch would be put in charge of security. We planned for every possible scenario. The guards went into great detail about the problems they faced during the demon attack, and we have worked hard to address those issues. The placement of our soldiers throughout the city is intentional. Their positioning is all part of a larger strategy. I could go on at length about the preparations we've made for the festival and how our approach differs from that of the city guard. I could even give you a tour, but why don't you inspect our sentry posts and talk to the soldiers yourself? I am certain they will allay your concerns. They can show you everything we've done to make sure the city is safe and secure during today's festivities. Here, take this chevron. Fasten it to your armor, and my soldiers will know I've sent you.
A tempting proposition. I will accept your offer. Are you with me, Commander?
In that case, I will not detain you any longer.
Commander, I would like to inspect the chasm first, followed by the gate and then the stage. We should get started.
Corporal Sweeps, at your service.
Corporal. We are here to conduct an inspection. Shall we proceed, Commander? Yes, I can see it too. What is in the fissure, Corporal?
An Eagle watch post. We anticipated that an enemy might try to enter Canabries using the lower caves, so we set up an entire network of outposts beneath the city. If there's trouble down there, Iomedae forbid, we'll be the first to know. Some smart folks around here came up with this, sound warning system. I don't know how it works, but if even one person sounds the alarm in the caves, all the Eagle watch posts, both above and below ground, will know that something's wrong. You're right, Commander. We always need more soldiers. But the city guard helped our scouts explore and clear out the caves directly beneath this square and the adjacent streets. We collapsed all the other passageways. The guards thought it unnecessary, but the Watch Command decided it was better to be safe than sorry.
How is information shared during the festival between the posts on the surface and those below ground?
The post on the surface uses a hinged hatch to check in with the post below every 15 minutes. We use gestures to communicate.
How do you ensure that no one gets through the underground passageways between the lookout posts?
We built a few stone and wooden barricades between each post. It's nearly impossible to get past them without being noticed.
What would happen if an enemy overwhelmed your underground forces before they could sound an alarm?
Well, the enemy would have to figure out a way to reach the surface. The soldiers underground don't have ladders. We lower them up and down with ropes.
At ease, Corporal. I have no more questions. We are finished here.
We do it my way.
Those are good costumes. Wait, those aren't costumes. They're real. Yeah. Begging your pardon. Didn't expect a visit from such distinguished guests. Sergeant Bushy Wolf, at your service.
Sergeant Wolf, we would like to know more about the security protocols here at the gate.
Oh, I'm happy to answer questions about that. Yeah, my subordinates have everything running like clockwork. What would you like to know? Yes and no, Commander. This is the same gate and walls as before, but we completely dismantled and rebuilt them in the aftermath of the attack. You can barely recognize them now. Even Neurosian doesn't have gates this strong. Oh, you noticed? This is a gift from the capital. They sent us a massive pile of coils, levers, chains, and bobbins to build all these fancy mechanisms. We can open and close the gate 3 times faster than before. Hope for the best and prepare for the worst. That's my motto. Just because we want things to go well doesn't mean they will. That's why the soldiers are here to keep watch. It's better to be safe than sorry. Aside from everybody dressing up as you, Commander. Of course, most of them don't resemble you at all, but some of them look just like you. It's uncanny. A few people dressed as your companions did try to sneak weapons into the square, but my soldiers quickly disarmed them. Granted, this was after they nearly let the scoundrels through. I have to keep a sharp eye on them, or they get lazy in their duties.
I want to hear from the soldier first. Sergeant, I would like a full account of the security arrangements at your post.
Yes, sir. As part of our efforts to keep the city secure, we have made several improvements to the gate in the market square. As per this morning's inspection, all mechanisms are in working order. Observation posts have been placed along the walls to provide an unrestricted view of the city in the market square. At the first sign of danger, these observation posts will signal for the gate to be shut. They have been equipped with torches and alchemist smoke for this purpose.
At ease, Wolf. Yes, I have seen enough.
Greetings. Lieutenant Leva Eicheltane of the Eagle Watch at your service. An inspection, I presume.
You presume correctly, Lieutenant. We have questions for you.
I'll answer your questions, but I'd like to remain at my post if you don't mind. Stage Square and the adjacent streets. All of the watch soldiers here are under my command and supervision.
Some of the guards are lingering idly by the market stalls. Soldiers are scattered haphazardly throughout the square. Their posts seem to have been assigned arbitrarily. Explain this, Lieutenant.
The city guards are not under my authority. While they may shirk their duties, my watch soldiers do not. You may believe them to be idle, but if you observe the surrounding area from here, I think you will come to a different conclusion. Each group of soldiers is stationed within view of at least 2 others. Patrol routes are concentrated in areas where there is a high likelihood of criminal activity.
I do detect a certain logic. I would not say that. The strategy is questionable, but the reasoning is sound. From the position, the lieutenant will be able to quickly identify a threat if it is signaled from one of the surrounding posts. However, this brings me to another question. You do not have enough soldiers here. Are you sure you'll be able to defend this city?
We do not want a heavy security presence to dampen today's festivities. However, we have soldiers posted everywhere, even if you can't see them. They're inside houses and towers, even the chapel and the temple. They are keeping a careful watch on everything that is happening in the vicinity. Quick enough. The soldiers under my command know what all the signals mean. The bells, the colored smoke, and the rest of the alarms, and will not hesitate to spring into action.
Lieutenant, what will you do if there is a threat? You are standing alone on a crate in the middle of the square.
I have these. Signal flares. A little help from the alchemists. I can shake one and toss it up, and everyone will know there's trouble.
That will suffice. Carry on, Lieutenant. Commander, a word. I am rarely wrong in my initial judgments, Commander. But today is one such occasion. I must admit, the Eagle Watch have taken measures to improve the city's defenses after the demon attack on Canobras. No. The Eagle Watch have learned from the mistakes of the city guard. However, their forces alone are not enough. There are still gaps in their strategy that need to be addressed. Still, their overall approach is sound. Her fears are justified. A celebration in the middle of a war is an unbelievable folly. Sela does not forget her duty during festivities. I underestimated her. There are always killings at town festivals, contract, accidental, and serial. Either way, it is the job of the Canobra City Watch, which is to say, the killer is unlikely ever to be found. While the city's defenses seem to be in good order, my instincts tell me that something's wrong. Call it a hunch. And to forestall your next question, no. Your presence is no longer required. I will take things from here. Commander.
Ah, another Commander impersonator. Ah, it seems I am blessed with the presence of the original. A carnival costume would have been made with more care. Well, you're in luck. I am pleased to offer you the extraordinary opportunity of participating in my little doppelganger competition as an honorary judge. Of course. Where else would I be? Although I admit that some people have received even more attention. The murder of an impersonator in broad daylight? Dear Camellia must be thrilled. Wonderful! The qualifying round is concluded, and the finalists stand before you. What do you think? Who among them has best conveyed the incomparable splendor of my person? Who deserves the prize? No second places, no consolation prizes. In this competition, you're either the best, or you're wasting your time. This contest is about imitation, not just costumes. The outfit is important, of course, but not as much as the performance.
Will I be able to imitate him? I was born for this. I am Count Arenday, kissed at birth by heaven itself. I do not need makeup to impersonate anyone. No amount of blush will make me more beautiful than I already am. Many try to imitate me. What a pity that I defy imitation.
The costume is not bad, but the performance. Transparent desperation and trying too hard to belittle the other contestants. Count Arenday does not need to puff himself up. It is already clear to everyone that he is the best.
I have no need. Sorry, a second.
So these are the contestants. A brat, a drunkard, and this tongue-tied.
Hush. I have no need of introductions. Who has not heard of Dayron Arenday, the brightest star in this city's dull firmament? Canabris has become so much more boring without me. The townspeople, of course, dream of me returning, crowned with glory, and for the good times to return with me. Well, perhaps their dreams will come true. Or perhaps not. Who knows what I'll think of doing tomorrow.
Brava, brava! Uniformly charming. The costume, the performance. Oh, and the actress herself.
Yeah! I'm the Dayroniest Dayron here. Because I shit on costumes. And on this festival, and on you too. Everyone, look at me! I'm Count Arenday. I spit on everyone. I do what I want. And what I want is to drink, and screw, and show off.
Who let this swine in here?
What? Not Dayrony enough for you? Do you think your highborn vomit smells like cologne? I don't give a shit what you think. I'm the best doppelganger here because I don't give a damn about you, myself, or this competition. Give me the prize, and I'll drink it all away. Give me the prize already. The wine's running out.
I am Count Dayron. I am handsome, funny, and kind. When demons attacked my city, I became a cruise. I went to fight them because I'm brave, and I'm not afraid of anyone. Run away, villains! Count Dayron is coming!
Child, aren't you a little young to be participating in such contests? Your costume is made of paper, you've barely memorized your speech, and yet here you are competing with adults.
Oh, such childish innocence. How amusing it will be when this child grows up and learns what his heroes are really like. In that case, I should like to hear the verdict. No, no, no. I didn't ask you to be the judge, just to do everything myself. Pick your favorite, and then I'll give the final verdict. Steady on. I shall be the one to choose the winner. But oh, of course you would. It is just like you to annoy me so. That is exactly why I left the final choice to myself. All right, it is now time for my verdict. Decisive, final, and uncompromising. The victor is this skillful lady. Her costume, her performance, and, of course, her natural charm. It is hard to imagine a better double. Tell me, are you opposed to receiving your prize in private?
Thank you, Count. It is a great honor for me. But forgive me, I cannot accept your generous invitation. I am married, after all.
What is this? My double actually has moral principles? You should have told me earlier. I would have disqualified you on the spot. Oh well, what can you do? A victory is a victory. Here you go. That is the end of the contest. Thank you to all the losers. You may go. Thank you, too, for your help in judging. And on that note, allow me to take my leave.
A trivial task. It is good to see you, my friend. Has something happened? Not at all. I'm having a wonderful time. Are you suggesting I run a competition for the best impersonator? Like a certain count? I'm not so starved for attention that I have to resort to such extreme measures. Unlike our not succubus friend, I have dignity. I heard what you did to Greybor. How cruel. The poor man barely escaped his fans. I prefer solitude. So thank you for the offer, but no. I recognize the worried expression, the suspicion in your eyes. I have seen it all before. As if I were some kind of venomous snake, poised to strike. But I assure you, I am not in a biting mood today. Oh? Please, tell me more. Oh. Why was she murdered? Perhaps someone wants to kill me and attack the wrong person. Or perhaps someone has discovered my secret and decided to imitate me during the festival. This is unacceptable. Surely we cannot allow a murderer to go unpunished. Because I'm going to tell you that it was not me, and you are going to believe me. You trust me, do you not? It wasn't me. Truly. And I want to meet her. Will you help me? Go out into the crowds and speak to the commoners who are dressed as me. I am sure someone must have seen the killer. When you find the killer, send her to me. I shall be waiting. There's a path over there behind the markets. It leads to a deserted part of the city. An area of Canabris that has not yet been rebuilt. It is the perfect place to get away from the crowds. Intuition? You wish to know details? I shall end her existence. Because I have no interest in doing so. You should think before you ask such obvious questions. I apologize. It is hard for me to control my emotions right now. Thank you. This is going to be fun.
Follow if you dare.
Yes, my friend? Well then, this can be the start of our friendship. It's an honor to meet you, Commander. I assure you, I am more like the real Camellia than anyone else you've ever met. You see, I know a lot about the real Camellia, Despite the differences in our outward appearance, we bear an internal resemblance to one another that is far more important. Would you be surprised to learn that I've been following her? What if I told you that I know all her secrets, all her predilections? I am only joking, of course. A woman is entitled to her secrets. It is my dream to meet her someday. Oh, how dreadful. I can't imagine who would do such a thing. Yes, I would. Thank you. You should meet me there after my conversation with Camellia. But don't come looking for me too soon. I need some time to speak with her first.
Did you enjoy the show, my friend? Oh, but perhaps you also wanted to participate. How selfish of me. I should have asked you first. I must apologize. Killing oneself is quite an unusual experience. Of course. I am certain there will be no more murders at the festival.
I do what I must.
Greetings, my lord.
I'm gone.
It seems that quite a few people are missing from your entourage. I assume that in the chaos of the festival, some of them missed the message about the meeting point, Commander. Alas, there's no time to wait for the others. We must attack now. Whoever these mages are, they're up to no good. The longer we wait, the more time we give them, and we're right under their noses. They could notice us at any moment.
The spells of a group of unidentified mages on one hand, and the disappearance of members of the commander's retinue on the other. I doubt the two are unrelated.
I cannot say that I am much troubled by their absence.
Our friends simply must be somewhere at the festival. I admit, standing in this frightfully uninspiring shack, I feel rather envious of them.
have you seen how much attention we've been showered with today? I could barely get away from my customers. I didn't want to deprive them of my company.
The Eagle Watch will handle the search once we're done with this lair. There are thousands of people in the city. Anything could have happened, good or bad. Yes.
Smile. The world's not ending just yet.
Demons and their minions don't put this much effort into their costumes and ritual sites. This is something new.
Ah, Commander. I admit we weren't expecting you here, but your arrival is most fortuitous. That's him.
A polymorph spell. I should have known.
Ugh! I hate having fur in my mouth. You have been brought to us by the will of our god. The festival is over for you. We will take you to our lord. From now on, your life belongs to him alone. We are humble servants of the greatest of gods, the only one worthy of worship. Gah! I've been in cat form for too long.
Our agents have infiltrated Canobris. The gates, the square, the temple. We are everywhere. Our lord has something for you. Let's call it a business proposal. An offer you will not be able to refuse. That is all I will tell you. The living god, the wisest and strongest of all, master of the 31 steps. We are here by the will of Razmir, and we won't leave until that will is fulfilled.
Wow. Hey, Chief. Razmir's that little god who rules over a whole kingdom. Why do you think he has it in for you? Jealous of your fame, maybe?
Congratulations, Commander. Another god has taken notice of you. Rather less legitimate than your previous admirer, however.
Commander, Razmir was not invited to Canabris, nor were any Razmiran diplomats. These spies are here unlawfully.
The Lord Razmir ordered us to seize you, not to bring you in for a friendly chat. We will carry out his command.
Don't hold back! Strike! Could this happen?
Cultists of Razmir. Now there's a group I never expected to see in Canabris.
Who would have thought that so much blood would be spilled today?
Guests who show up to a party uninvited usually end up trying to spoil it.
I've heard an entire nation worships him. They think he's a god in the flesh. Ooh, creepy guy.
This is not the cult's main force. There must be others in Canabris.
If Razmir and cultists are really looking for you, Commander, then things are bad. I don't know what they want from you. But Razmir is a cruel tyrant with the resources of an entire country at his command. Whatever he's up to, it's nothing good. A living god. At least that's what all of Razmiran thinks. In my opinion, he's just another arrogant tyrant whose only real achievement was managing to gain control of a weak nation in the River Kingdoms. He's ambitious, greedy, and powerful, but otherwise an ordinary man.
Why, it could only be that your illustrious self shines so brightly that it outshines everyone else.
I agree that they see you as a threat, but it is still not clear why.
Well, they weren't looking for a cozy chat, that's for sure. Maybe Razmir means to kill you, but I can't imagine why he'd want to. Razmir proclaimed himself a god. His people revere him, worship him, offer prayers to him, just like cultists. From what I understand, their cult does not engage in bloody rituals, the summoning of dark entities from other planes or other such vileness. But at the end of the day, they're still followers of some power-hungry usurper masquerading as a god. Their magic was probably the source of your impersonator's powers up on that stage. I wouldn't be surprised if there are other agents in the city posing as you. Personally, I'd be surprised if this incident led to any real conflict. Mendev's already got its hands full fighting the Abyss. Besides, the cultists were cautious, and presumably hoped to remain unnoticed. Still, the fact that they were tracking you specifically is disturbing. It's possible, but no more possible than your comrade simply getting lost in the crowd. I'll try to get to the bottom of this as soon as possible. I'll raise the alarm among my people. There must be other cultists in the city. We will find them. Commander, you can still enjoy the festival while we're busy searching. But stay on your guard and be ready for anything.
It's time to act!
And now, the main event of the day. Please welcome the Knight Commander. I'd like to invite all the Knight Commanders to come nearer the stage for the judging of the best Knight Commander impersonator. Please step forward. Hurry up! It won't take long. You'll be parting with your friends and companions again in no time.
Wait a minute. Do you see that mask? Oh, they tricked us, the scum. They played us like a fiddle. I'll say, he's challenging you, Commander. In full view of everyone, but so that no one but you realizes what's going on. He's talking about your companions. He's just announced, right on stage, that he's the one who kidnapped them. He has your entire party hostage. Take a closer look. That carnival mask is a perfect match for the ones worn by Razmir's cultists. On the face of the Herald himself. Here we were looking for spies who'd managed to sneak into the festival, and they were the ones organizing it all along. I made a mistake. We took all possible measures to ensure that no demons or demon worshippers could sneak into the festival. We didn't consider ordinary spies. Of course. But it's too early to give up. So the Razmiri cultists took us by surprise. Too bad. I still have some contingency plans up my sleeve. Go ahead, Commander. I've got your back.
Let's give a round of applause to our participants. How much effort has gone into these costumes? How much talent and ingenuity? But only one will be the winner. Only one will get the prize. A journey into the wonderful world of luxury. Let's hear it for the contestants. This is our winner. Come up to the stage, Commander. First prize, Commander. Be proud. Few are given such an honor. You have earned a personal audience with me, the living god, Razmir himself. You'd best keep quiet, Knight Commander. We'll talk later, face to face. What's this? Oh, it seems I underestimated you. I suppose I can answer a question or two, but let's not interrupt the spectacle. No need to worry our audience unnecessarily. And certainly no need to waste my precious time. All right, a short sermon for the unenlightened. Before you stands a living deity, the patron of luxury, law, and obedience, the great Razmir, ruler of Razmirin. You may bow. Don't bother. After all, people talk about you as if you are a myth incarnate. One could say you're almost my equal. In Dresden, your citadel, we'd have talked on your terms. Before entering into any negotiations, I always try to secure the most advantageous position for myself. As a fellow strategist, I'm sure you understand. What I want is for us to speak privately, away from prying eyes. You don't want your secret to become public knowledge, do you? Let the crowd believe their fairy tale about their mythical hero. It's good for them. Let's finish the show, and we'll do the negotiations backstage. Nothing untoward for now. They're my guests. Merely insurance in case you decide to put up a fight. I give you my word. If our negotiations proceed peacefully, I will return all of you safely to Canabras. You've no idea how many times I've heard that. And you know what? I never end up being the one regretting it. And so, here is our winner. And here is his prize.
ho, the dairy-o with his cheeks aflame and his trues down low. Ugh, I can't get that tune out of my head. Damn tavern songs.
Commander, I'm glad to see you've made it this far. Even though we're trapped in the enemy's palace, this secluded room looks like a good place to catch our breath. If you or your companions need rest, this is the best place for it. Secrets of the subtle art of disguise. I've worn thousands of guises in my life, and I can't always be a tiefling. We find ourselves in Razmir's palace. Whether we're in Razmirin or another of his palaces, I'm unsure. Grand halls full of fanatics. I can't say how dangerous these cultists are, but there are plenty of them out there, so be careful. Some cultists try to abduct the Crusade commander, and then he disappears into a collapsing portal. I had to follow you. To my shame, no. I've not managed to figure it out. But there's always a way out if you look hard enough. Razmir's lackeys wanted to make your abduction look like part of the show. It's clear they don't want everyone knowing you're missing. Most likely the townspeople are still celebrating, oblivious to what has transpired. Be careful, come on.
Are we ready to move out?
There's something here.
Well, well, look who finally decided to show up. Neophytes, I take it? I suppose the splendor of this palace has left you completely stunned, huh? You can stare at it some more later. Come and eat before the food runs out. While you're busy gawping, your brothers and sisters are clearing the table. Oh, may the living God save me from neophytes. You must learn to distinguish who is who by the details on their masks and robes. Otherwise, you'll quickly become confused. I'm Valestri, your superior. Now, are there any more questions? Or are we going to eat? Today is a special day. Reverend Knubbo himself has come to us with a sermon. The great Razmir granted him infinite wisdom and the gift of healing. While we are enjoying bodily food here, there is a spiritual feast in the opposite hall. When you've had enough of one, you can go taste the other. Mind it. I love it! The makeup, the illusions. You are an example to all neophytes. But of course, walking around the palace without a mask and robe is improper. As soon as you finish your meal, go change your clothes. Wait just a minute. How can you say such a thing? Your brothers and sisters in faith prepare a meal and invite you to the table, and you refuse? Do you mean to disrespect us? Maybe you mean to disrespect our faith, too? And Razmir himself? Don't ever do that again. You were told to sit down and eat, so sit down and eat! Figured it out, have you? To arms, faithful servants of Razmir! The enemy is here. May the might of our faith crush the wicked! No!
I'll remove this obstacle.
You moron, who limps like that? If you keep slacking, I'll break your legs for real. Maybe then you'll finally look convincing. We're done here, go rehearse. We have 2 more miraculous healings today. Well, 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 who do we have here? A new acolyte, it seems. You certainly look promising. Are you dressed up for some special mission? It's a good costume, don't get me wrong, but you're supposed to worship in a robe and mask. All right, you're just beginning your journey. What do you want? Guidance, healing, or maybe a blessing? Oh, I know. You probably want to make a generous donation in the name of the great Razmir, a noble impulse of the soul, truly holy. Who doesn't know me? I am Reverend Nubbo, a humble servant of the great Razmir. Everyone wants to hear my sermons, and when they do, they are forever changed. How many times have I been told, "Oh, Reverend Nubbo, your sermon has turned my life around"? You want to change your life, don't you? You want a beautiful mask and a high-ranking robe? Then miss no sermons and spare no gold for donations. And bring your friends. The more you bring, the faster you'll rise through the ranks. A service for the chosen. I don't know who usually conducts weekly sermons here, but this week I, a priest of the 25th step, was invited. I once preached for 3 days in a row. Everyone was crying so much that we were knee-deep in tears. Each of my sermons is an unmissable event. By the way, as a token to remember this event, you will soon be able to buy a unique blessed amulet from me. Today, I am talking about the 2 types of gold. The gold of faith, which is kept in the soul, and the gold of earth, which lies in the purse. One cannot exist without the other. Razmir grants wealth to those who are faithful, and punishes the faithless with poverty. To get rich, both spiritually and financially, you need to follow 7 simple rules. As for what they are, I will tell you in a separate sermon, for a separate donation. If you were meant to know that, you'd already know, wouldn't you? You have a way with words. Fine. It's not a big secret anyway. These mirrors were created by the great Razmir to make it easier for his faithful servants to move between his numerous palaces. A portal is hidden in each of these mirrors, but which mirror leads where is a secret few people know. Fighting? Within the walls of this sacred monastery, the only battle being waged is a spiritual one. Against one's unbelief, laziness, and negative thinking. First, I preached a sermon. Then we sang a hymn on the steps to prosperity. No outside noise would dare enter this hall and disturb our pious concentration.
I have an incredibly strange feeling right now. Almost as if something like this happened to someone I know.
Help! Heathens! Heretics! Help! They're killing us!
Interesting.
Huh? Oh, yes, what?
The waiting's never fun.
am never wrong. That was easy.
Patricium Turinos!
Follow if you dare. A trivial task. I do what I must. We should move.
I will help where I can.
Soot is restless. I wonder why. Trust in yourself.
I welcome your company.
I'm prepared.
I'll take care of it.
Hearken to me, my faithful. The time has come to prove your faith. The enemy is already here, within these sacred walls. What villainy opposes us? What treachery? This heathen snuck in here under the pretext of peaceful negotiations and massacred our brothers and sisters. Gather your faith into a fist and strike a crushing blow against this heretic.
I've been on pins and needles all day, expecting trouble, and now it's happened. Only, it's not demons who are attacking us, it's cultists.
The way he speaks is so beautiful. Even I can't talk like that. But people believe me because I tell the truth. Why do they believe him?
Cover your ears, my children, so that the blasphemy from these godless lips does not defile your hearts. Remember that any accusation is a confession when it comes from the mouth of the wicked. The godless are forever trying to find their own sins in the faithful. Watch and learn, Commander. This is how you command a crowd. When they look at me, they see a deity. They believe in me. And that makes me a god. To battle, my children! Prove your faith! You are invincible! I am the living God, and I am with you! Yeah!
But I'll try.
You cannot win! I am the living God! You are a disappointment. You promised me the Knight Commander's power. I gave you unlimited resources. I let you speak in my name. And what do you have to show for it? Master, I am so close to victory. I have the Commander within my grasp. I will not fail you. I just need a little more time.
Well, well, another Razmir. How many of you are there? Beneath those robes, are you each secretly 3 little Razmirs stacked on top of each other?
Forgive me if I find that unlikely. I am beyond your reach. And you're far too busy with the World Wound to start a war with Razmirin right now. As for him, well... No! Please, Great One! Let me finish this! I will bring you the Commander's power! I swear it on my life! A serious oath indeed. Very well. I will give you one last chance. Do not fail me again. I will grant you the power of my tears. Now you will be victorious. Thank you, Great One. I won't disappoint you.
You should have run!
What a disappointing outcome. I must apologize profusely for involving you in such an unfortunate situation. Very well then, I will explain. I've been following your exploits for some time, ever since I heard about that extraordinary event in Canobris. I was immediately fascinated by the power you possessed, and by the fact that no one but you seemed to understand its true nature. I wanted to learn the secrets of your magic. At first, I planned to offer you a deal, but my servant devised a plan to take your magic from you instead. As you can see, his plan has failed catastrophically. However, perhaps we can still come to an agreement.
An interesting approach to research. While scientists try to uncover the secrets of the universe, this boy tries to buy them. By the way, did you know that there are some places in Avestan where trying to pay in certain currencies can result in physical violence? This phenomenon is most commonly experienced when using Rasmiran coins. I call this a negative exchange rate.
I want you to reveal the secret of your so-called mythic heroism. Personally, I don't believe in myths, but I do believe in money. I was able to partially reproduce your powers, but at great cost. How did you manage to convince half of Avestan that you were chosen for some special destiny? Tell me the truth, and I will be very generous. I said nothing of the sort. Millions believe in my divinity. I would never deceive my followers. Yes, of course, and I'm really a living god. Please, Commander, it is just us here. There is no need to pretend. Sell me the secret to your power. I'll pay you a fair price. No, I don't understand. What you are doing, it shouldn't be possible. I can understand now why you did not wish to reveal your secrets. I certainly would not if I were in your place. Very well then. If I cannot tempt you with my offer, there is nothing else I can do. It seems I don't have a choice. I will open a portal for you. Do not worry. But first, I want to make amends on behalf of my dim-witted servant. My palace and its treasures are at your disposal. Money, magic items. Take whatever you want. Please accept this as compensation for any inconvenience caused by my servant. I believe it should be sufficient payment to settle any associated restitutory obligations. I ask only one thing. Please do not touch the mask worn by my late servant. It has a special symbolic meaning. He must be buried in this mask in accordance with religious traditions. As you wish. Winner takes all. And now, as I said, the palace is yours to plunder. When you're finished, let me know, and I'll send you back home. Be my guest. Return here once you're finished, and I will open the portal.
You require my unbiased opinion?
Are you satisfied, Commander? Goodbye.
With this mess behind us, we can finally relax, right, Commander? I envy you. I'm glad we stopped the Rasmirans, but I'd rather they hadn't come here in the first place. And now I suggest we go to the Defender's Heart. The Eagle Watch and I have reserved a place for you there to relax after today's adventures.
I would like some time to collect myself.
Commander, we can hardly start the evening without you. Will you join us?
Ah, my commander. I must admit that I was waiting for you to come over. I have prepared a little trick for you. Did you like it? In that case, raise a glass to me and express your praise in a toast.
That will do, I suppose.
To me.
This is unforgivable. This armor is over 50 years old, and it hangs here for all to see, like a trophy, safe and sound. Most definitely. Everything and everyone in this world has a purpose. The purpose of armor is to protect the wearer. Hanging it here shows disrespect for the skill of the armorer who forged it. Mindlessly glorifying the past is for the old. I deal in facts. The armor's of excellent quality, which means the blacksmith who forged it was a master of their craft. Yet this armor is gathering dust on a tavern wall, which means the blacksmith was poor and unknown. Based on this, I can assume there were many such blacksmiths in the past. What we now consider master craftsmanship was once commonplace. This is logical, perhaps even partially true, but I'm sure my fastidiousness benefits our cause. My job as a subordinate is to point out opportunities. Your job as commander is to accept or reject my observations. I find this approach effective.
Rasmir didn't prove to be much of a challenge. I could have taken him down with both hands tied behind my back.
Yeah. Any fight you win is a good fight. A pearl of wisdom to treasure from Brother Woljif.
Not so. As I remember it, we had a quarrel with a neighboring clan back in the old days. There was a patch of wood where they hunted, but we needed the timber to build our houses. One thing led to another, and we were at each other's throats. Blood was spilled, and we were looking at a genuine blood feud where neither side would rest until the other drew their last breath. Erwa saved us all that day. He challenged their god to a duel and wrestled him to the ground. Oh, what a victory that was! We became blood brothers with that clan afterward.
I once fleeced a merchant and then pinned it on a friend of mine. When someone else gets tossed in the slammer instead of you, that's what I call a victory.
You're truly a lost cause. There is no teaching you.
Oh, neither will I, Chief. It wasn't treachery, it was survival. But I'd never rat out my partners in crime. Lo and behold, I picked your pocket while we were talking about Rasmir. Here, you're welcome.
You sneaky weasel.
Follow if you dare.
Come, boy. Since that misunderstanding with Rasmir has concluded, I need you for an experiment. Or was he called something else? Not that it matters. Give me your expert opinion. What types of alcohol should never be mixed? What? Which one? Ah, but of course not. I mean, yes, but not right away. Everyone knows that alcohol burns. I want to test a theory that mixing different types of alcohol increases combustibility. Perhaps today I will invent an explosive that could demolish half of Canabris. The choice has been made. Let us proceed to the practical part of the experiment. Though I must note the lack of an explosion, it does look pretty. I declare this experiment a partial success.
I've never prepared a festive banquet before. May I help?
I will slice the bread.
The cook guards his food like a she-bear with her cubs. I respect that.
Can I try it?
Hey, hands off. It isn't time yet.
I don't need any help. And no stealing food.
Oh, can I do that?
Food should be shared, not eaten alone on the sly.
My mind completely agrees, but my stomach protests.
Is that for me? So good! I've always liked kitchens. They're warm, and the people who work in them are kind, even if they do sometimes grumble.
Cooking is an art form. The plates are the canvas, and food is the paint this venerable cook transforms into a painting.
But you can't eat paintings. Or can you?
I'm standing watch, so that nothing goes missing and no enemies sneak past. Fine, I'm just peckish. When will the food be ready?
I stuffed myself already in the square. I thought that food would last me a week, but it smells so good in here that my stomach, changed my mind.
I am preparing food for your celebration, and they are distracting me! That's right. No need to be loitering in my kitchen.
Commander, I am enjoying myself. An old man like me is happy to be among people and to see that they're doing well. Besides, the Eagle Watch is still on duty, just as I am. You too, Commander.
Can we drink to those we have saved, and remember those we could not?
To our enemies, may their heads always be paid for with coin, not gratitude.
Well, I'll drink to the crusade. My most profitable endeavors so far. Oh, Chief, what do you mean? I ain't done nothing. It's nothing. Just for old time's sake. Well, I wanted to see if I've still got it. Anyway, it's not like I'm stealing from our people. Well, but it's not like they're our people, right? Besides, they barely have anything worth stealing. Maybe they won't notice anything is missing, but I don't even remember whose stuff this is. Right then.
I have a question. How does Pharasma know whether to judge a soul, if there's a chance it may be resurrected in the future?
The answer to this question lies in the realm of faith, not understanding. You just need to believe in divine wisdom. Pharasma has existed for eternity. It will exist for just as long. She surely knows how to judge souls much better than we do.
My interest is purely personal. I could bribe the High Priest of Pharasma by donating a small fortune. In exchange, he would whisper to Pharasma to leave my soul alone until I am resurrected.
If I were Pharasma, I would categorize all souls, then set a waiting period for resurrection in direct proportion to their usefulness to Galarian. That's likely what she did.
Everyone has a price, even gods.
Some priests are corrupt. I cannot argue with that. But to think that a god can be corrupted is blasphemy of the highest order.
I think it's safe to say the deities of hell are corrupt, but I'm not so certain about Pharasma. Next question. Why do the eggs of different breeds of hens have distinct colors?
Kidnappings, fighting, intrigue. Are all mortal celebrations like this? Fun. You know, it was fun. When the Troubles first started, I didn't even realize the celebrations had stopped. Still, it was a difficult day. For us. For you. How are you feeling? No, I didn't. That's not what I meant. There's something I'd like to ask you, but I want to know how you're feeling first. I don't want to be a burden. Despite everything that's happened today, you remain unfazed. I'm glad. I have a request. There was something very important I wanted to do here in Canopras, but to be honest, I forgot about it in all the commotion. I want to visit the Temple of Desna, and I'd like you to come with me. Will you, please? No, not really. I can't fully explain it, but I think I need to see the temple with my own eyes, even if just for a moment. It's important to me. Let's go. I'm finally here, with you. It's even better than I imagined. I've never felt this way before. My heart is so full of many different emotions. Peace, freedom, hope, and something else. This is where you first heard me, remember? I never imagined that I would come here myself someday, as a mortal, not a demon. And I never dared to dream that I would be standing here with someone who loves me. I want you to know, you are the reason I'm here today. I could never have become mortal without your help. I would not have taken my place in this big and wondrous world if you had not stood by my side. Yes, I know. You wield the power of heaven, and evil flees before you. You burn away the darkness until only light remains. Yet, still I'm afraid. I fear for us, for our future. But that doesn't make any sense. I shouldn't have these fears. I have found love, and all my dreams have come true. So why am I still afraid? Is something wrong with me? Really? So it's normal for mortals to feel this way, even when they're happy. Ah. Wait. Does that mean you're afraid of something? But that's impossible. You won't lose me. But if I am ever lost, I will do everything I can to find myself again. I will overturn the plains to make my way back to you. But I do understand. You fear something you have no need to fear, just as I do. Thank you, I needed to hear that. It's important for me to know that these fears are normal for mortals. Still, I can't help but wonder, what does the future hold for us? And every moment will be filled with love. And I love you. Just saying the words fills me with happiness.